Hello and welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen, to some interesting news that Fairman and I have discovered here, or discovered was brought to our attention, at least for me anyways. Command & Conquer remasters are now fully confirmed from the looks of it. EA is getting Petroglyph, which is the former Westwood devs, back together.
Most of them.
Well, most of them.
At least the founding members.
Which is, it's a good start. We'll see how many, of the actual team returns to the project. For the remaster. That's going to be interesting to see. But something surprised me thoroughly in this, Fairman. Now, I don't know if we're going to get the expansion packs for these two games as well. I'd assume we are.
I think so too.
Because they're just mission packs. At this point, there were just mission packs. There was not a lot to them.
There's some cutscenes in there. But
That's true. There were some cutscenes. I remember the Tiberian Dawn one. I think it had a Viceroy cutscene in one of them.
Yeah, and the Red Alert one actually tied into somewhat into the story of Red Alert 2, because you got introduced to General Carvel, who is, if you remember, the head general of the
Allies.
US forces in the second Red Alert.
Oh, the US forces, yep, of the Allies.
Yeah, because you are, I think in that one you are the commander of the US contingent out there to help out.
Yep.
Over there to help out.
So this is good, because not only are we getting Command & Conquer Tiberium Dawn remastered, we're getting Command & Conquer Red Alert 1 remastered. This looks like it's going to be, potentially, a franchise reboot. If this is successful, if this generates revenue, I have no doubt that EA will fund them.
I think they may just test the waters with this, and if they see, hola, we still have a fan base for that, they probably commit a bit more.
So, sales here will count. As long as they don't do any silly pre-order nonsense. And I'm wondering if they're going to do a collector's edition, because I'd love to see a Command & Conquer collector's edition game. A game with a collector's edition, because I'm just saying. It would be cool.
30 centimeter mammoth tank replica, one, now.
Yeah, that, and I'll take maybe the game comes in like a mock, like Tiberium Crystal or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's Red Alert, so...
Oh no, it would be mixed, that's right. Fuck, yeah. It would be,
Maybe Kane is in both, the Mammoth Tank is in both.
Yeah, the Mammoth Tank is in both, yeah. Mammoth Tank was invented by the Soviets, and the Allies took it and, improved upon it.
Yeah, and then made it the mainstay, not the mainstay, but put it into
in the Old North, then the GDI took it, and then they used it, and then they made the Walker one, because we're like, mechs and shit. But either way.
I mean, you could go with a Kane statue, he's in both games.
Yep, so this is great, and we have also more fantastic news. Frank Kilpacky is back on the project.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Kilpacky, you dunce.
Shut up. But more importantly, if you skip to 41 seconds, look at the guy on the right-hand side. Do you notice his shirt? It doesn't say Command & Conquer Red Alert 1. It doesn't say Command & Conquer. It's Red Alert 2.
No, that guy is the German name of it. That makes it even more interesting. But
maybe they're also like if it's successful, Red Alert 2, Tiberian Sun, and basically a franchise reboot. For Red Alert 2 and Tiberian Sun, they were never really finished, or at least Tiberian Sun wasn't finished.
Yeah.
That could use an actual remake.
Red Alert 2 and then give me in my fucking Yuri campaign.
Yes, and then actually add in a full-fledged Yuri campaign. Like, if they do the remakes, then they could go ham. They could add Allied campaign, Soviet campaign like before, but they could also add the third campaign being Yuri's faction. That'd be
honestly
stellar.
I say at this point, try to get some people out of the mod community, because there are some very talented
you got Mental Omega guys, you've got, what do you call it, Twisted Insurrection, and there's more.
Twisted Insurrection is the guy that made the complete graphic overhaul for Tiberian Sun.
Yes, and it's fucking amazing. This is actually really, really good on EA's part. Honestly, it's like EA is finally, not to be too mean to the guys now that are doing good things, but pulled their heads out of their butts and are thinking with their heads again, because we got ourselves Command & Conquer.
Maybe let me be stupid. Maybe we're looking at another golden age.
A new golden age, and perhaps a revival of RTS. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to say, because Command & Conquer 1 and Tiberium Dawn, as it's called, and Red Alert 1 are probably not going to hit as well with the younger audiences, because RTS as a genre has moved away from that. But maybe, who knows? I do know that the hardcore fans will be pleased.
Yeah.
And this is good. Please your hardcore base. The hardcore base will grow as the fandom grows. Because hardcore players will promote the game. I'm a hardcore player. Fairman's a hardcore player. We promote Command & Conquer. Shut up, whore. We promote Command & Conquer all the time. And we get a lot more people into it. Like the other day when we were doing the Command & Conquer General stream, we pulled people into Generals. People are playing that game again. People are playing Mental Omega. People are playing Renegade or Renegade X for the multiplayer. Like, hardcore fans will bring more people. The best way to grow your fandom is once you have a fandom, go for the hardcore guys, push them, and they'll push the audience as well. They'll be the guys rooting there. So if you can appease the hardcore goers, you're going to naturally see growth. Not massive growth, but a constant growth. And a dedicated community. Appease the hardcore players. Always appease them.
Yep. And the biggest appeasement of the hardcore fans, they did that one already.
Yes. Bringing back Frank Kabby, bringing back the old Command & Conquer boys here. Yeah. That's great news.
That's something I say, okay, maybe still it can very easily still go wrong, but at least it looks like they're making an attempt, which is good.
Yep. Well, there's always things that could go wrong. A remaster, like, let's use... Okay, yeah, to put this into perspective and be a little bit more critical as well, besides our nerdgasms, let's throw back to Halo's, what do you call it, Anniversary Edition for the Xbox or whatever, Xbox One. That was a travesty. On launch, it was a complete fucking disaster. And still to this day, it's still plagued with loads of problems.
Isn't that mainly technical problems, though?
Technical. There's nothing wrong with the game, per se. It's just connection issues, you know, certain glitches, weird bugs.
Yeah, also the question is, how are they going to do this? Are they going with sprites, 2D, voxels, or are they going to go full 3D? Because all are valid options.
They will change the feel a little bit. If they go with 3D, then they should go ham. If they go 3D, go ham. Use the power of, like, the DICE engine, or whatever they use, what do they call it, Frostbite?
Yeah, can you imagine that?
Use the power of EA's sound teams that they have. Use that power. If you're gonna do 3D, go all in. It's all in or nothing. It's gotta be pushing that hard. It's an EA RTS. Bring back what it meant to be an EA game. There was a time point when people saw the EA logo, and I remember going like, if I saw the EA logo in a game, I was like, yes, that's gonna be a stellar game. Nowadays, it's not that case anymore, but maybe we're gonna see a turnaround.
I mean, I think it was it Red Alert 2 or was it Tiberian Sun that both used voxels, or was it? I know Red Alert 2 used voxels. Tiberian
Sun used voxels, if I remember right. Tiberian Sun was the
so for the vehicles, I think.
Yes, the vehicle's voxel-based technology was introduced in Tiberian Sun.
Yep. I mean, I think I take.
If you're gonna do voxels, then do them pretty good. Like, oof, that's gonna be some high quality voxels. There was a game that came out recently. It was isometric. You played as a mech. It was an indie team that made it. Had a pretty stellar soundtrack, pretty stellar team. Speaking of stellar soundtrack, you know, Frank Kabby, just him being back is a great. I can't get over that. Like,
if the game fails, at least we're getting.
We'll get some kick-ass soundtracks.
Music, yes.
Yeah.
So, I think that he's just going to remaster the old soundtrack, but I'm still, just for the soundtrack, I am going to accept. I don't think he's going to do much wrong with the soundtrack.
Yeah, Frank Kabby is great at what he does, and his soundtracks helped make the game. Yeah. I've always been a big proponent of...
He was the most requested feature.
Oh yeah, no, I've always been a big proponent of musicians, and musicians help sell the game, because those theme songs, that music... It's often overlooked by, you know, a lot of AAAs a lot of the time, but you should never overlook it.
The feel of the game. Let's say
it sets the tone. It sets the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's instrumental. That's retarded. It's instrumental in what it does. It's imperative that you have a good soundtrack to sell your game.
Yes, that's there are some games that can do without one, but
well, some games don't need soundtracks because they sell on the ambience and the background noise and the world and the environment.
Like what was it? I don't know.
Don't worry about it too much.
I don't see games where a good soundtrack hurts. Some games actually overshadow a bit the soundtrack.
Well, there's... If you want to put it into this perspective, and what I've always had in my idea of game design was always that you should have music when you need it and make it as good as you can and make it good for what it is. But there are also points in a game and in a story where sometimes no music, just the sound of the wind or something, can really sell a scene. It really depends on what kind of atmosphere. Command & Conquer, Frank Kilpacky, that sort of upbeat like rock that he did and it wasn't really metal. Industrial. Yeah, because especially with Tiberian Sun. The Tiberian Sun tracks. Talk about a weird, bizarre.
That was not industrial, that was fucking dark.
It made it spooky.
Yes.
That's why Tiberian Sun was scary and eerie.
Red Alert 2 got in a very funky
direction. Funky, but it was also upbeat and actiony. It set the tone for each battle, each conflict with the next mission.
The Renegade soundtrack was very aggressive, which was good.
Which is good, because the game Renegade is about you being a commando going around and blowing up everybody in sight.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be aggressive. You're a goddamn commando.
The soundtrack of the first two, Red Alert and Tiberium Dawn, were a bit, let's call it interchangeable. But they were a bit samey, but not in a bad way.
You're talking about the first Red Alert, right?
Yeah, they were not that distinct from each other.
The first Red Alert, Hell March. Okay? Enough said.
Yeah. Oh, Hell
Enough
March. Honestly,
said.
I've seen Hell March used. That's a pretty popular song. Even sometimes I even saw it on TV.
Yep. Hell March is used in a lot of places. Hell March is a good song. It sold Red Alert and it blew Command & Conquer into the next stage. Like, look at Halo.
To this day, we do not know what the guy says at the beginning. Even in Frank Cappetti, that little cunt, refuses to tell.
The little cunt. He's actually... He is kind of short.
Yeah.
You're a terrible person.
Yeah.
But either way, no, Frank Capetti's a great man.
But Frank, if you watch this, I still love you.
Well, you better.
No game.
Because I don't think he gives a flying whether you think he does or doesn't. Well, you don't.
Yeah, still.
I wouldn't blame him because he's got enough fans. Don't matter at this point.
Yeah, he got a lot of fans.
Yeah. Oh God, that's right. Because he went and worked with the mod team for Twisted Insurrection, and there's some actually really stellar soundtracks.
Yeah, he made some music, and the Metal Omega's soundtrack has a lot of Frank Cappetti stuff in it. Not made specifically for that mod, but still the soundtrack is made mostly for Frank Cappetti, except the Epsilon and Third soundtrack.
Yep. Those were also... Actually, I know they actually pulled some of those from other places. But not to delve too much into soundtracks, back into the game, because we get divergent on some things.
Graphics. I say if we go with a sprite waste, I wouldn't be against this. I mean, can you imagine just go full HD, have a highly detailed mammoth tank down there if it's drawn, and it could still look good. Probably
traditional artwork, Command & Conquer? Oh, no, wait, no, not traditional artwork. But like traditionally animated sort of like Command & Conquer?
Yes.
That would be...
Like they did with some of the newer sprite-based games.
Yeah, like Red Alert 2 and Tiberian Sun. Those were the later sprite games.
Yeah, those were said pixel sprites. I'm talking about really sharp HD sprites.
Oh, I think StarCraft HD Remastered did it, didn't it?
I don't know, I never played that one.
I played it a while ago, I think so. My memory's rusty for some reason.
I mean, if you want to look at a good example, look at how the sprites from the... I don't know much examples, that's why I'm using that. This guy are the first 4, and
like that
one they split, so they looked like they were could have been taken right out of a cartoon. Or what was it, Wario game, Shake Dimension, that one was fully hand-drawn in a very cartoon style, could have been directly out of a TV series. I like that one.
Yes, and I agree. If they go 2D, go ham. Best animators that you possibly can get your grubby little fingers on, grab those animators, get them animating, you know, make the death things crazy.
I think there are some modders out there that would die for a chance to work on one of those games.
Honestly, I think it wouldn't be a terrible idea for EA and the new the Petroglyph boys. Also, I'd like to point out that EA is working together with Petroglyph on something. Okay, so when EA works together with a company, we kind of know what happens. We kind of know.
Well, if they work together enough, if they gobble them up, they usually destroy the ones they gobble up.
Yes, but maybe Again, this is a lot of maybes. Maybe EA has awoken to the market. Maybe they're touching base because they fell hard.
This time.
They fell down really hard, and they hit their head super hard with all that negative community stuff. Maybe they've okay guys, hold on, we're doing something dumb here. Let's take a step back, take a deep breath, look at the situation, and read into it, and actually try to think on the ground level. Because I do know a lot of studios and a lot of design teams even, they get so caught up. Like the Relic Boys. The Relic Boys did this with Dawn of War 3. They got so caught up in what they thought Dawn of War and what we wanted that they lost touch with the community and utterly lost touch with what made Dawn of War Dawn of War. Because Dawn of War 3 is not a Dawn of War game.
It's a MOBA.
It's a 40k MOBA game.
It's a mutant.
Yeah,
it's a mutant.
It's just a weird game. It doesn't really. It's like Tiberium Twilight. Now Tiberium Twilight's a little bit more complicated because that was supposed to be sold to Eastern markets, and it just sort of ended up in our hands.
Not be named.
And the story's so bad. Okay, look, if you're getting the old boys back together, get the old writing team back together, and use that Tiberium lore Bible you guys made for Tiberian Sun, because I've read through that lore Bible, and use that lore Bible to craft the story.
Or just have the writers of the old one just go look at all of this stuff and say, let's just look what we got and try to bring the first 3 games, maybe even the Red Alert games, try to bring them together somehow. I mean...
Actually, you know what I wouldn't mind?
They go and split them up.
Here's what I wouldn't mind, Fairman. Command & Conquer 1, Tiberium Dawn, and Red Alert 1 are the beginning of a new reboot. They follow those 2 to the letter, but then after that, creative liberty.
Time machine shenanigans could lead to a split of the timeline, which would be a very invalid in-game explanation why both games could happen without affecting each other. So Red Alert 1 could still be a prequel for the Tiberium Dawn, and Red Alert 2 and everything after that could still happen because time shenanigans.
Yep, even based on what I know, well, we practically know all the lore because we looked at it all, but there's not that much. But based from the lore, within the lore's own logic on how time works, it's completely explainable. In fact, you could write that so easily because it's already there. The tools to reset things exist already.
Yeah, the time machine is nothing shoehorned in. Red Alert 1, the very first intro scene, has based around the freaking time machine. So it could be easily been done. Without anyone going, oh, that's shoehorned in. Nah.
No, time travel and Command & Conquer is nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah. If anything, it's weird that the GDI did not use the time machine.
No, that's the one inconsistency, because let's just go kill Kane and stop Tiberium before it's even found.
Or just go to the timer, see the meteorite coming and just torch it.
Yeah, well, if they had time travel, take a sonic emitter back in time. The Raparius Tiberium would not survive the sonic emitter.
That's the problem with time travel. You need to use it wisely.
Yes, and also they never really explained it, but that's because they separated the timelines. Remember, when EA picked up Westwood, the timelines split. Mm-hmm. And the 2 stories actually became separate franchises.
I don't mind. I mean, I don't mind splitting it up. Red Alert always was a more quirky, fun-loving brother, while Tiberium Universe was a serious,
toned, dark setting.
Story heavy. But Red Alert was just having fun.
Red Alert was having fun, and Tiberium Universe was the serious one. And that's great. And I'm happy to see that this is coming together. I have high hopes and I have high expectations for a good product, especially now they have the original team back together. Now, bearing in mind, not to be too biased here, but Petroglyph has a bit of a record of letdowns and failures, as of late especially. So them working with EA could be out of desperation as well.
Or it could be just that they, maybe to be the voice of not reason but devil's advocate here, maybe just that they never really found their passion after that, because I remember reading something about that they when they talked about Red Alert, Command Conquer, maybe just that the passion was kind of gone, and now they're working on Command Conquer again. They just got back on track. Could be.
Yeah, no, that definitely could be the case, and hopefully it is. Because this is great. Like the fact that they're remastering Command and Conquer, like, ooh, that's exciting. That's got me like, okay, not to go off topic too much.
Yes.
Not to go off topic too much. Like, I know people get sick of the remasters, but there are things that get remastered that don't need them, and there are things that do. Command and Conquer, Tiberian Dawn is one of those things. Warcraft 3 from Blizzard doesn't really need a remaster. That's cool that they're doing it, and I'm probably going to pick that up.
Still holds
Might
up,
already have.
because the graphics they choose were okay.
Yeah, they're stylistic.
Timeless.
When you choose stylistic, that's another... Back to game design again. But if you choose a stylistic art style over realism, stylistic always wins out the day in terms of longevity. Always.
Yep.
It'll always look good because it was done in a style. Versus if you choose realism, it ages poorly because as new technology is developed, the game looks dated within a year, normally. Sometimes not, though. Sometimes, if it's done really well, it can look pretty decent, you know, throughout time. But you look at some of those games, and you go back to the visuals, and you're like, oh boy. Like
Let's
Generals.
Just hope they managed to bring a decent balancing this time.
Yeah, the balancing, if we're going to remaster, and you want like a competitive Command & Conquer multiplayer scene, we need some mod tools to balance it ourselves, or we need the super weapons to be rebalanced, because non-super weapon is by far superior.
I'm talking more about the freaking difficulty, because, yeah, if you play on hard, that guy's dirt sheet standard tank is
also, yeah, no, tell
units.
us the difference. Here's what I hate. I hate games that have difficulty settings, and they do not tell you what the flip they... Okay, no, fuck it. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm bothering trying to say it. They don't tell you what the fuck they do. Because here's the...
makes AI just cheat like a motherfucker.
Yeah, they just cheat. Like, their units have, like, double the health. They purchase them for free. Like, if you cripple their economy, they'll just keep building them. They're like, I see you cheating, you little... Oh, it drives me up the wall.
The economy thing, yeah. And, I mean...
Now's their chance. Here's the thing.
AI is hard.
If they're redoing it, Fairman, now's their chance to go back, touch up the AI. Touch up the AI. I don't care. If you've got to script it, script it. Sometimes scripted AIs work better. You just need to have counters, like subroutines if certain players do certain things. Like if they outmaneuver something, Total War doesn't do this because they don't use a scripted AI, where it has scripted reactions to being flanked. It fucks itself.
But I guess Total War is a bit more complicated in terms of gameplay than.
Yep. Well, they all got their own different terms of... It depends on the situation that the AI is presented.
I mean, in terms of mission balancing, I like Metal Omega's approach. If you go in a higher difficulty...
they're stealth missions, though.
Yeah, the stealth missions.
I hate stealth missions. I hate them so much.
I'm talking about the general thing. You start with a bit less money. Timers tend to be shorter. Sometimes... the enemy gets reinforcements of map, which in some missions makes sense, or the AI just is more aggressive, or just plain simply, yeah, he has a rocket silo and he captures this and then he just spews rocket at you, stuff like this. You get underground APCs coming into your base on higher difficulties, which you don't have in lower difficulties, stuff like that. It's not too hard to program.
No, there's ways to get around it. Again, we'll have to wait and see what they do. But now we've got it confirmed, you know, Command & Conquer, Tiberian Dawn's getting a remaster, and Red Alert 1's getting a remaster, side by side. I'm assuming they're going to be a bundle sell. Great way, because they can sell it for, like, quite a bit of missions there. That's 4 campaigns.
Yep. One thing I have to say about the cutscenes, there are 2 ways they could do the cutscenes. Get the original ones back, or make complete new ones. If they go with the later, then there's another person they need to bring back.
Yep. If they go with the later, they need to find whoever... the guy played Carville in Red Alert 2. He's
not necessarily Carville, honestly.
No, I know. I just remembered he passed away, and I got sad.
Yeah.
But
the most important ones for me would be the villains, Kane, and for Red Alert. Udo Kier's Yuri, because he really made a good job. The voice, his demeanor was
spectacular. He made a spectacular villain in the Red Alert franchise. And so did Kane. Those
Sadly,
two
the Romanov
antagonists.
guy did die too.
Oh God. I forgot. I mean, they're really old. I don't know why I keep being surprised by that, but it's like they were old at the time.
Think about the most rememberable characters. It was Kane, Yuri, the villain's most
Romanov. Why, Mr. President, whatever do you mean?
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm talking about, or what? Oh yeah, what's his name?
Was also pretty nice because of his whole Texas stick.
Oh crap! The Tiberian Sun fucking general's dead too. Fuck.
Oh yeah, McNeil.
Not just
Solomon,
McNeil, but no, he died. What?
I don't know.
General Solomon or whatever.
No, James Earl Jones is not dead.
Oh, he's not.
No.
I thought he died. I hope
I'm
not.
pretty sure he did not. Let me just check. No, he's still alive.
Nice. Make that Tiberian Sun remaster while we still have time, damn it. Run out of time! Oh, I'm sad now. God damn it.
Aww.
Everybody's dying.
The new guy is dead, but... yeah, then the question is, if they redo the cutscenes and the way the story is told, do they still go with you're getting addressed directly? Because I personally like the cutscenes in Tiberian Sun more.
Tiberian Sun was nice.
Yeah.
Tiberian
Also,
Sun
you
had a
want
very
a character
cinematic
that
feel.
was a more movie story narrative tale. I like this one more.
Yeah, Tiberian Sun cutscenes were nice because they didn't address you because you were actually playing as the characters. Like Slavic or McNeil.
Yep. They gone that, but I think that was the only game. They gone back to that in Firestorm already.
Firestorm, they went back to what?
That you were just the commander.
Oh yeah, no, in Firestorm they went back to addressing you directly. I don't know, I have mixed feelings. Like, it was cool, it was really cool. Like, Tiberian Sun, still one of my favorite Command & Conquers today. That
it was
spooky
cheesy
era.
at times.
It was cheesy at times, but it was so cool. The atmosphere.
Yes.
The atmosphere in Tiberian Sun was great. And then Tiberian Wars, I like Tiberian Wars, but it lost a lot of that, like, apocalyptic feeling that Tiberian Sun had built up.
The cutscenes were also good. They had some good actors. I liked, was it Jeremy Irons as the general from GDI? Was it Jeremy Irons? Jeremy Irons, yes. I liked some of the actors. I did not like the actors they choose for Red Alert 3, especially for the females, because my main problem was the Tanya actor, because...
Yeah, she's just not a good Tanya actor. Like, I don't got a problem...
Definitely gone a fan service route there.
Well, the thing is, yeah, no, Red Alert 3 was too much fan service. Like, I get what they were basically trying to appeal to the horny little kids. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm a guy. I like myself some big old titties, but calm down. When every female...
I found Red Alert 2 very well.
Yeah, no, like, you can make them look great other ways, like the Soviet fucking chick. But you don't even... That's not the point. That's not the point, even. The point is...
Leather hot pants.
The point is... Red Alert 3 just overdid it. It took, like... having a sexually appealing character in a story is great. But when every female character is like that, you're like, okay, am I watching a porno or what? Like, this is a Command & Conquer game, okay? Like, I didn't buy this for that. Oh, God.
Also, they didn't commit to the bit. They did not give a character actor to the Japanese commander. But they probably did not dare to go there.
That's funny. But it's
I
fun.
can't understand, but... Yeah, but overall, I say it's good news. I am trying to stay positive. I am actually excited about this. Let's hope I'm not going to regret it, but then again, if at the end, only thing I get out of it, it's a soundtrack, well, still be the same.
I mean, it's Frank Kalpaki. Yeah, and he's not going to disappoint.
Yeah, I don't see that one going wrong, at least that one part, so... And yes, I am a fucking soundtrack snob.
Well, I think we all are.
Nah, some people I don't care about it.
Not on the Bickering bunch. Not that I'm aware of. Every single one of us seem to be pretty on key with that. But then again, we value everything. Like, we don't just value that. Because we value artwork, animation.
That could be a video on its own.
Yeah, the soundtrack
is... In general, about soundtracks.
Oh, God, I mean, fuck. The way we talk about this makes me fucking contemplate just making the channel about shit like this from now on. Either way, this is good news. We'll keep you guys informed if there's more, but I think that kind of wraps up our general thoughts on the new remaster announcement. The confirmed, so to speak.
Kane lives.
He does. Peace through power, motherfuckers.